since there's a State of the Union, this is a good opportunity for Republicans to grab attention. Now, that's when they go, hey, look at me, Daddy, look at me. And remember, of course, Joe Wilson, who shouted out, you lied, during one of the State of the Unions to the president. Now, that's something that was unprecedented. Then last year, one of the congressmen brought Ted Nugent, who luckily did not crap his pants in the middle of the State of the Union. This year, Louisiana congressman brought one of the guys from Duck Dynasty, again, and he said, hey, that he's going to bring diversity to Congress. I don't know what kind of diversity he's talking about. But two guys take the cake. There's Representative Randy Weber. He's a freshman from Texas. He's, of course, a Republican. He replaced Ron Paul, actually, in that district. And he's a bit of an attention whore, and he admits it, okay? We'll get to his admission in a second. But first, before the State of the Union went on the air, he put out a tweet. And, of course, classic Republican. He says, on floor of House, waiting on Commandant in Chef. That's interesting. I didn't know Obama was cooking for anybody that night. The socialistic dictator who's been feeding U.S. a line or is a lying. That's a good one. You see, accuse him of lying. Lying. Chief, chef, cooking up. Commandant, socialist dictator. All right, so Randy Weber has said in the past that he would be, quote, the next Republican troublemaker, and I love this, if only someone would pay attention. Dude, that's kind of pathetic. I don't think you're supposed to admit that. Okay. So these guys, what they do is, of course, they try to raise money off of this. So whoever could be the most obnoxious Republican gets the most amount of attention, and Neanderthal Republicans across the country go, ooh, me likey. He said eat Commandant and Chef. Ooh, send him the $5 I have left. So Steve Stockman wants to compete for that, of course. He's also from Texas, also a Republican. He was missing and apparently in Russia for a while. That was weird. He was gone for over 2 weeks. He finally showed up, went to the State of the Union, and then promptly left. Dude, you just got back. And nobody had any idea where you were, whether you were on the Appalachian Trail or whatever the hell you were doing, whether you have a mistress, a mister, or a cocaine habit, no one knows. You know, if you're a U.S. congressman and your staff and the press can't find you for several weeks, there's something wrong, okay? You're definitely hiding something. Anyway, Steve Stockman shows up back in the country after he'd been abroad in places that we literally don't know where he was for a while. We know he was apparently in Russia. Anyway, he comes in and he says, tonight, I left early after hearing how the president is further abusing his constitutional powers. I could not bear to watch as he continued to cross the clearly defined boundaries of constitutional separation of powers. Like I said, dude, you just got here. Take a seat. Okay, so this whole histrionics about oh my God, he's done an executive order. Obama, President Bush did executive order after executive order. Now all of a sudden when a Democrat does it, oh, how dare you? Violating the boundaries. I can't sit here one more second. I got to go back to Russia. Okay, then he put out a statement because that wasn't enough, right? So he says, after 5 years in office, Obama refused to admit his policies have failed. Yeah, I think the State of the Union would have been a great opportunity for the president to get up and say, you know what? Steve Stockman got me. He's right. I've been a failure. 5 years of failure. Let me tell you all about it. I mean, how absurd are these stupid letters? It's all in an effort to raise money. Finally, at the end of the letter, he says, even worse, Obama has openly vowed to break his oath of office, not true, and begin enacting his own brand of law through executive decree, not true. There's a wholesale violation of his oath of office and a disqualifying offense. You know what's a disqualifying offense? If you don't show up for your job. I know that Congress takes off 239 days of the year. Isn't that amazing? I can't get beyond that fact. But my God, man, you're supposed to be responsive to your constituents, to your staff, etc. You're not supposed to go into hiding in a cave with whatever lover you have or whatever addiction you have for over 2 weeks and go, sorry, I didn't show up. That's a disqualifying offense. That's a violation of your oath of office, not the president doing an executive order, which every president has ever done. So, look, I know these trolls are trying to get attention, but you can't let their nonsense stand. So it's our job to be the cop that stops it. Okay, so they throw it up, we bat it back.